Hey guys, it's Samuel Larsen here, and I want to share with you a great real life case study where an online retailer running a Shopify store got a 20% increase in their average order value. And the way they got this was a pretty smart way to upsell their customers on more products. So I'm going to go over that and exactly show you how they achieve that. But let's go over some like really basic rules for upselling because these are also important to know before we dive deep into the exact details of this. So with upsells, you really want your upsells to be like, you could call them complementary no-brainers. So less expensive than the item that you're buying, and it should be less expensive by quite a bit. So upsells, these are like additional purchases that you want to make the customer not think about it too much. Now, most of the time it would be best if they actually improve the experience. So they provide value to the customer and they are somehow related to your offer. So you only want to really offer related products, not just to please the customer, but also related products convert better because you have a person who's interested in a certain type of product already, and then you just offer them something similar, and they're actually quite likely to buy. So, a rule of thumb, the offer must be at least 50% cheaper than the product that they just added to their shopping cart. And now, a lot of the time, people are not upselling because they don't know what to upsell. And I would just advise get creative here because there is always something you can upsell. You can upsell like warranty, same day shipping, and you can upsell a lot of things. If you just make sure to sit down and think of everything that you could upsell. Now, obviously, the initial offer price dictates the upsell, so you are limited there, but it's still possible to come up with great upsells. And really, you know when you have made it with upselling is when you're getting that around 20% conversion. That's when you know that your upsells are working and you are actually offering the right upsell. So an opportunity to make a lot of extra money, but requires a fair bit of testing. So the offer here can make a huge difference actually. But that's enough of theory. Let's dive into some actual upsell examples. I'm going to show you a couple of apps here and how their interface works. So let's start with this one. This is pretty traditional, one of the biggest upsell apps. So you click on the card and you get this pop-up where you can add a complementary product. So to this camera, it's actually batteries. Okay, so that probably works pretty well for them. However, it is an extra layer of friction. As you can see, you have to click a few more things. You have to think about it. Maybe I need them batteries. Maybe I already have something that would fit here. So you might make the customer not buy. And that is a big problem with this. Here's a couple more examples. So these are more subtle, but the same principles really apply, except the clicking part. Now, you are populating the shopping cart with more options. You're adding extra buttons. It is a little bit of friction thing. So to make this customer buy most often, it would just be to proceed to checkout button here instead of this. So this is probably a thing that will increase average order value and will help revenue, but will also drive down conversions a bit. A good thing to have, but probably not as good as it could be. Here's another one, just a different app, really, same principle. Bad example though, because they're offering beanies and trying to sell a backpack with the beanies. So that doesn't really make any sense. It's a bigger offer with non-relevance. And yeah, similar thing. This is on the cart, so you can add it to the cart or check out more upsells or thank you, take me to the checkout. But yeah, another really friction point and not an ideal. So this retailer here, breefriendly skincare, they took all this data here and saw like maybe we could do it better. And the way that they tested it is probably better to have it in the email so that there is less friction. And yeah, it's a test that they can run for free pretty much because it's just something that you sell to the people that already bought a product from you. So there is no cost, really, really good test to run. And they tried this after sale upsell. So not on the cart page, but on the email. So this is what they sent to their customers. So if you bought a jar of skincare product, you would get an email like this to add more jars of skincare product to your cart. And made it really easy because they already have the details, so they can just buy now here and it's done. So little bit of numbers here. Before this, their average order value was $58. And adding this thing here increased their average order value by $12.50 to $70.50. So this simple post-purchase upsell email grew their store's average order value by 20%. And that might not sound like a lot to you, but if you would to actually repeat this cycle over and over again, you would get into massive numbers. And all those numbers matter at the end of the year because if you are able to boost your store's revenue by 20% and get people to buy more like that, you will have like a massive increase in revenue over time. And that is an opportunity I don't want you guys to miss. So make sure to implement something like this. If it's not on the cart page or on the email, test it out, test out different things, see what works for you. There is no ultimate one best practice that is guaranteed to work for every store. But hopefully you found this interesting and helpful. It will definitely be helpful if you actually go ahead and test this out, and you will learn a lot. All right, thank you. Make sure to make and go and make more money, and I'll see you on the next video. Subscribe for more videos just like this one, and see you tomorrow.